I am Tiffany Salling Grant, mother of Gabriel Taylor Brown, who's 14 years old. And I live here in Grovetown, Georgia right now. Original plan was to seek out getting visitation, having the original parenting plan enforced. However, when things started becoming evident that something was not right, at this point, I was seeking full custody. Could not see my son. It was, well, you need to, it wasn't a matter of just getting someone to supervise. Somehow it shifted from having someone to supervise to they have to be state certified, because my ex-husband, who's the primary parent, said that they had to be state certified. Nowhere was that in the document that they had to be a state licensed guardian. There was no appointed guardian ad litem at the time prior to me coming to Atlanta Family Law. So it was a parenting plan that was being weaponized to the benefit of the primary parent. A lot of what was being provided was I was constantly updated. So if I wanted to know what's going on, I had access to my case files. If I need copies of anything, I had access to that. So access to information, solid counsel. At the time, I believe it was the only focus I just couldn't see my son, and I didn't know how to classify that, and I didn't even know that parental alienation was a thing. So solid education on the law was definitely very helpful to help me understand why things are the way they are, and help me understand what's going on with my ex, because knowing my rights and my responsibilities helped me improve as a parent, to be able to say, no, we're not doing this. This is what needs to be done. And I think it both improved the visitation and being able to get visitation, but it also caused some problems with me and my ex. It caused a lot of animosity because he's not used to hearing the word no. And well, he's going to have to get used to it. So much better. It's so much better. Because it's moving in a direction that it needs to go in, and things are less stressful. Now I know I know what my boundaries are. I know what my rights are, and I know my limitations, and I can work with that. And to know that those boundaries have been expanded. It was ordered before that judgment was passed down. I did not think that was an actual possible thing. The fact that I still get my visitation, and that a new parenting plan is now in the works to be something solid for the situation. The highlights were definitely just anytime that my husband and I had a problem, or like a question, or just any type of issues, we could call, and despite the time difference, we could call in and we can get an answer, and if we couldn't get an answer right away, it was, we're going to leave this on her desk, but make sure to leave a message on the board, and then just to make sure that they get that, and they'll get back to you as soon as possible. And I mean, I've got countless messages where it may be a day or two, but I get a response, I get an answer. And if I say, well, what about this? Or is this going to be in the realm of the scope of possibilities? And it was always real information. It wasn't, well, this is what we're going to shoot for, but, and it was never just that. It was, this is what we're going to try to go for, but in reality, this is what may happen. This is what is going to happen. And in doing so, it kept me grounded in that reality. And that was the biggest high point, is that everything I got from the firm, it was just grounded information and grounded in solid fact. So that was really important to me. And the biggest amount of respect that was given to me, I got heard. And that's not something I ever thought was possible. But to be heard, to have my story told, and to be able to put out there in something that's cohesive, and to know that that was done, I think really in it really endears me to this to the firm. This firm, I found people who genuinely cared about what I had to say. And that means everything because I've never had that before. And to have that outside of like home and marriage, it really felt like you guys were really part of the family. And I don't think that's ever going to change.